It is, what time is it, hon? 6:30? 6:30 a.m. Early morning. We are on our way to drop off Nelly. We're doing a very big upgrade that we've wanted to do for a while, and we talked about this on other videos. But the time has finally come. We're probably 2 weeks out from our first trip of the season. Look how beautiful it is. We're going to take you along on this whole journey. MJ's just getting the RV ready inside. From the very beginning to the very end, travels, what we want this system to do for us and why we're doing it. So Old Man Winter just doesn't want to give up its grip. I think today is going to be the last day. It is March 28th. It's 19 degrees right now with a high of 30. However, in 2 days it's going to be 65, and then from there it's not dropping below freezing. So this is kind of how we have to operate. I got to work today, so I'm going to drop this off at Gerber RV in Hackensack. We take our RV to two different places. One's going to be Country Classic up in Sussex. Some things they don't do. We take it to Gerber RV, which is the second place that I really trust. They're located in Hackensack, so MJ's got to drop off Jason at the school bus. I'm driving down solo to Hackensack. She's then going to pick me up, drop me off at work where I have my work car, and then I have to drive out somewhere else for work today. Well, you know, it'll be a little bit of a longer day, but that's what we got to do. This job should take a couple days. They'll have it probably for the week. They always do a good job. So there's, like I said, there's only a certain amount of places that I'll take Nelly to, and this is one of them. So by this time you're probably thinking to yourself, what are you guys upgrading? Well, there's two things that are going on when we're taking it to Gerber. Number one is the Newmar. They have a window recall since like last year. This unit falls into at least checking for that recall. We made an appointment back in October for this time this year. That's how backed up they are. So they're gonna check the windows, make sure everything's good. If not, then they will order the replacement windows. God knows how long that'll take, but that's reason number one. Reason number two, if you watched our previous video, one we did in particular about our battery upgrade, we went from 12 volt, the stock batteries, to 4 6-volt golf cart batteries. It worked out really well for us, but if you remember in that video, I said that lithium is really the way to go. That is the king, top of the food chain. We also said that at that point we weren't going to do lithium simply because of the cost. They are really expensive, although the prices have gone down pretty significantly in some cases. At the top of that food chain in the lithium battery world is Battleborn batteries. Those are one of the best that you can get. And we have partnered with Battleborn. So as part of that, we are having some lithium installed. Specifically, we are going to be replacing our 4 6-volt batteries. We're going to go with 600 amp hours of lithium through Battleborn, Victron Multiplus II inverter, as well as the battery monitoring and everything else that goes on with it. We'll also be installing 2 micro air soft starts. So the goal of this is to be able to run everything off the lithium. What do I mean by that? I mean, when we're going down the road right now, there's certain circuits, there's certain outlets that are not working. You have to have the generator or be plugged into 50 amp for everything to work, such as the microwave, such as the air conditioner, again, such as certain outlets. With this setup, everything is going to be working. We are going to have full 600 usable amp hours. They're going to charge a lot faster. It's just going to really help us when we are dry camping, which we didn't really do too much, although last year we started to do it, and this year we're going to be doing some more. We have a NASCAR event. We also have a 2-week trip, which we're going to be using Harvest Host at least 4 times. That's usually dry camping. This is really exciting for us. It's something that, you know, we've always wanted to do. Again, the cost was a little prohibitive, but we have partnered with Battleborn. and it's gonna made it possible. So we're not doing the installation ourselves, obviously. It's a little over my head. I don't have the time, and I don't want to make the time to do it. We are gonna have it done, and we're gonna take you, kind of showing you, not step by step, because there's a lot of videos out there showing step by step, but just what the process is, where we're moving everything over, and ultimately, you know, what it looks like at the end. All right, so first day we're at Gerber RV. Looks like they're at work here. Let me show you the progress. So if you can see over here, it looks like they already took out the stock inverters. You can see that those stock inverters are out. They're right over here. Now remember, we have the Victron Multiplus II, 3000 watt. That's what's going to be powering everything. And if you remember, the tray that we had the refrigerator in, the fridge freezer, we did a video about that. We'll link it above. That was actually a battery tray from Warride. Well, we just utilized it to put the refrigerator. Taking that refrigerator out, we're utilizing it now for six 100 amp hour Battleborn batteries, and as you can see, they fit perfect. So again, this is the first day that they're working on it. It's probably gonna be a 2 to 3 day job, give or take. You know, it's a busy place here. But I'm gonna keep you updated. I'll pass by every day, kind of keep you updated what's going on as it progresses, and take you through the whole process. All right, everyone, so I'm here. It's the second day they're working on it. You can see the panel fuse box, or the breaker box really, is out and about. It's dark, there's no power in here, obviously. Just so you guys understand, let me get the light on me. The whole point of upgrading this system is so everything will run through the inverter. But when we're not plugged in and we don't have the generator running, everything's running off the inverter and the batteries, which means we can run the air conditioner, our heating, all our outlets, TVs, everything. That's what those 600 amp hours in that big Victron is supposed to do. So the battery monitor has been put up. Xantrex monitors for those inverters have been taken out because those are completely removed. Go down into the bays. You can see things are starting to come together a little bit. I'm told this will be done tomorrow, but the Victron is up now. Little thing on the Victron, you know, from the company, it recommends a vertical mount. You can do horizontal mount. There's really no room to do the vertical mount here because you have to have about 4 inches on each side. Shouldn't be an issue because there's plenty of room in here. And there's been other people that have done the horizontal mount. You can also see on the driver's side is where we originally had our 4 6-volt batteries. For 12 volts in a factory, we upgraded to 6 volt, but now that tray is completely going to be empty. We're actually going to be shaving 50-something pounds, so, well, actually it might be a little bit more, I have to do the math. But each one of the decas that we have now are 63 pounds. There's 4 of those. As far as the batteries, each one of the Battleborns, I believe, is 31 pounds. So even though we're getting full 600 amp hours, we're actually going to be saving weight versus 450 divided by 2, you know, 50%, we're getting about 225 usable. On the decas, we're now getting 600 usable amp hours with the Battleborn. So that's huge. That's a big deal. All right, day number 3. I just spoke to the installer. So yeah, they made some progress today. We got the batteries are all wired up. 1.0 wiring on the gauge. Also, he has, for the most part, the inverter is wired up, shunts wired up. Should be finished with most of this today. A lot of cleanup tomorrow. There's one other little thing they got to do inside. We have a little fitting under the sink. There's a tiny little leak on it. I can do it, but since it's here, I'll let them do it. But everything is looking good. Like it should be. It says on schedule to finish tomorrow, which is perfect timing because we have our first trip out of the season on Friday. We're gonna test everything out, see how it goes.
She's home.
Yes, finally. So I didn't take the last day at Gerber because it was pouring out and it was actually kind of cold. We'll just show you the final product. So we picked it up yesterday. It was there for over a week, but they actually worked on it for 3 days. Yeah. But actually the amount that they worked on it, I don't even think it was 3 days because I went there a couple times and
they were working
it was
on
alone. Yeah. So it's probably a good 2 days of work, I would imagine.
But she was there for a week and a half.
Yeah, we dropped it off Monday, and then we picked it up on
a week and a half later.
On a Thursday. But if you want to take on this task yourself, I would allocate probably 3 days. Something I wouldn't want to take on.
If you're knowledgeable.
If you're knowledgeable. So let's show you the final product. I want to show you kind of where they ran cabling. And you can put in the comments below if they did a terrible job or they did a good job. We have a lot of experts out here, so we'll let you...
I'm sure a lot of people that have done it on their own.
Absolutely. So here are the 600 amp hours of the Battleborn. Now, I'm sure for the OCDers out there, there's one thing that's jumping out at me. See that piece of wood right there? I'm going to pop that out, and I'm going to paint.
It's not painted.
I'm going to paint that black. I could do that. All right, so this is on the Moride slide tray. Now, if you remember from a previous video, we actually had a freezer on here, and I had bought this to put the freezer on, but it's actually a battery tray. It's rated for 250 pounds. So these are 31 pounds each. So quickly, what's the calculation?
They're 31, so
we're good.
God,
I think it's 188 pounds, right?
It's early in the morning. I can't even think.
So it's plenty. I think I said 188 pounds. I could be wrong. Calculate it, guys. I didn't calculate. I'm just
so
going to
6 times 30, that's 180. Yeah.
So yeah, 186, 180 something. All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Here is the Victron. Now I know we're going to get some comments that it's supposed to be vertically mounted. However, you can see there's no room to vertically mount this and give it the appropriate 4 inches or so that it needs on each side for cooling. Now you can, like I said earlier, this can be horizontally mounted, which it is. So we're good. You can see it's in absorption mode right now. Let me show you some of the other things that are in here. You have the Bluetooth dongle, so it allows me to go on the app, monitor and whatnot. You can see the 12 volt coming in, and then the ground over here, all the wiring coming in. Now you see over here on the back, that's coming in from the transfer switch in the back. I'm gonna show you how they actually ran that a little bit later. And then you can see cabling running across. You see the cable over here. That's going to be for the battery monitor, which is inside. Before we go inside, let me just show you how they ran the extra cabling from the transfer switch. That was necessary because this coach right now is going to run everything off the inverter. So we can run off shore power, we can run off generator power, the whole coach. Did you have that on me?
Sorry, I was trying not to trip over the cord.
Or we can run off the batteries, the
and
inverter.
What's awesome is that we walk on the RV now and the microwave.
Everything works. So you can see over here to the transfer switch, and now I'll kind of show you how they ran it underneath quickly. I'm not going to run the whole coach, but if I go underneath here, you can see it's run right here, right? It's running down, up across, down the frame rails, back into the area where I showed you where it enters one of the bays. So that's how that's run. They used a 1/0 gauge wire for the battery. So I know the installer was saying his hand was hurting from crimping. I'm like, I thought you guys had machines. He's like, yeah, I'm the machine. And let's go inside here. And finally, here's where the battery monitor is. They put like a little cover here. I think later on the fall, I might just get a new piece, cut out new holes so it looks real neat. Also, we have micro air easy starts installed. So what that's going to allow us to do is run everything, right? We can run the air conditioners with just the lithium, which we already did it. So there's a few other things that we have to learn regarding the Victron inverter, setting the float, the charging levels. It's going to take a laptop and a little bit of time. I know by default it's within the parameters, but optimum performance, there's a couple of things. I might just call Battleborn and ask them how to go through the setup. So we're not getting into too many details on that. We do want to use this on the road. We just got it back yesterday. Really haven't had real world experience, but I want us to dry camp and see, like, I know what it was with the lead acid, right? Like how long we could go, even with the golf carts.
It was stressful when we were boondocking,
Yeah, even with the golf carts, we can go overnight, but you couldn't really run everything. Now we can run everything. It's a huge upgrade. This is a costly upgrade. Depending on what system you get, it's gonna, how much you spend.
And
There's
where
really
you
no
are
way.
too. Our installation was quite
It's
pricey.
we're in New Jersey. As far as I know, 2 places that do it. One won't do it because you have to buy the parts from them. Gerber is pretty much the game in town. That's it. They charge what they charge. I'm not gonna get into all that, but it could be very different. Anyway, we're gonna put all that we have as far as our setup down in the links below. If you're interested in picking it up, you can call Battleborn. You can click on the links below. And again, follow us along this season because we're going to be using it a lot and seeing how it is in real world. In the comments below, let us know, are you thinking about upgrading your system to lithium?
Do you have lithium already? How satisfied are you?
Yeah, put it in the comments below. To the left of us, we're going to put our RV DIY playlist, RV tour playlist, and for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.